I've been having an affair with a married man for 3 years now. At first, he didn't tell me he was married. He was so kind and always willing to help me until my intuition told me that something was off. So I went through his phone while he was sleeping and I found emails he had exchanged with his wife. I was so angry and upset. I felt so betrayed. I need to get the strength to leave this relationship. What should I do, Patty? Wow, your situation reminds me of a story I heard. Hello, Patty. I don't know what to do, so I thought, why not ask you a question? I've been having an affair with a married man for 3 years now. At first, he didn't tell me he was married. He was so kind and always willing to help me. My love language is acts of service. So when this man showed up at my house and helped me clean my floors, run errands, and took out my trash, I was in heaven until my intuition told me that something was off. He was very secretive, and I felt he was hiding something. So I went through his phone while he was sleeping, and I found emails he had exchanged with his wife. I was so angry and upset. I felt so betrayed. Why would he lie? And what kind of a husband is he since he's always at my house? Like every day, all day. He's either at work or he's with me. At first, he denied, but then, when I kept badgering him, he ended up admitting that, yes, he was married. Now I'm stuck. I don't think he'll ever leave his wife. I don't believe a single word that comes out of this man's mouth, but I love him, and he says he loves me. I wish I could just up and leave, but I'm afraid of being all alone. What terrifies me even more is that I will always be the side chick. It's been 3 years and I'm approaching 40. I feel bad about abandoning him. What is wrong with me that makes me unable to leave him? I know deep down that he's not the man for me. I need to get the strength to leave this relationship. What should I do, Patty? Hello. Let's call you, Melanie. Thank you so much for trusting me with such a difficult situation that you're in. And I love that you trust me enough to ask me for my opinion, and my opinion you will receive. Yes, you will receive, and with some ways forward. I'll offer you a few ways forward, and hopefully one of them will be able to help you come out from this situation. And thank you for being honest. This is a safe space. This is a community where there's no judgment, and we can express ourselves and we can help each other out that way. Wow, your situation reminds me of a story I heard. That therapist, she told me the story of this lady who had, with another patient of hers, who had been dating a married man for years. Okay, and at one point she was saying, look, I want to have children, I want to have a family, what's going on here? And then that man told her, but I love you, I don't love her, the children are too young, I cannot leave right now. So when they'll be older, when they'll be like teenagers or young adults, I'll leave. I promise we'll be together forever. And what happened is she waited and waited and waited patiently for this man. And turns out at one point, by the time that she realized that he was just never going to be leaving, the children, when the children were young adults, they were out of the house and he was still with the wife, you understand? And she had been wasting all her fertile years waiting for this man who never came. And it was too late for her to have a family and to have children. So I very carefully read your letter a few times, actually, to make sure that I could help you the best that I could. And Melanie, I see 3 ways forward for you, okay? Because you asked me for help right now. You seem to want to get out of this situation. You feel stuck. You're saying that you love this man, and he says that you love this man and he loves you too, but you cannot take it. Sounds like you're at your wit's end and you cannot take it for much longer, okay? And you're afraid of like running out of time. As I said, I'm not a professional, I'm not a therapist, I'm none of that, so I don't feel comfortable, and even therapists should not be telling you what to do, but I don't feel comfortable just giving you one solution. You should do this. Like, no, I don't know your context, I don't know your life story, your background, his background. I don't have all of the details, obviously, because I only have a portion of the story here, but I feel I have enough elements to give you 3 ways forward, okay? And based on your own intuition, what you feel you need to do, hopefully one of those 3 can actually help you. The first thing you can do is the path of least resistance. I can see is just status quo, staying in the same situation from what I see in your letter, you're saying that, you know, you love him, he loves you. It's been 3 years. I mean, you've been, you know, I'm using your words here. You've been his side chick for the last 3 years. So maybe you can just spend the rest of your life with him forever and ever, and you'll just be on the side and you can be content from that situation. Let's say, not content, because I guess you're not content right now. So I shouldn't say that, but you could continue as you are right now, and you can accept where you're at and stay there. That's one thing that you can do. It's not something I'm recommending. I'm just telling you the ways I see forward, and that's one of them. You can just do nothing. The second thing you can do is have a conversation. It's not clear on me with me if you've had a conversation with him, but just if you're really done waiting, you feel it's too long, and you can just have a conversation with him, assuming it has not happened yet, but you know, maybe having it again, because I guess nothing has changed. He's still a married man that you're dating. Just having a conversation with him to say, well, it's been 3 years now. You know, I'm nearing 40. I want to have my family of my own. Right now, I'm not able to because of the current situation. Like, what is it going to be? Are we going to be together or not? Because technically, I mean, he needs to make a decision. You know, he cannot have it all. I mean, I know some people think that they can live this way, but, you know, just having a conversation, and you have to tell him what you want to do. Like, I don't want to be in this situation. Let's say I want to be with you because, again, it seems like you love him, and he's great for you in your life. You seem to be saying that he's very helpful, he's supportive, because he's helping you around the house. You seem to be appreciating that. So, but if you want a full-time love, you're going to have to ask for full-time love. Okay, and then you can see where that goes with that conversation, if is he open to that or not. And then you take it from there, you know, depending on whatever he says, you know, just have a discussion. And I don't like the word ultimatum, but maybe just see if you can actually come to a conclusion or a decision, you know, a way forward. This is not going to work for me anymore, or this is going to work for me. Whatever it is, just have a discussion about it so that you'll be fixed on where you need to go. And then the third thing you can do is just make the decision to leave, okay? Because, I mean, in my opinion, no decision is, you're making a decision, sir. He's making the decision to not choose you. He just has her and he has you. And yeah, so you can just see the situation for, you know, what it can appear to be, where he's just there for whatever it is that he doesn't have at home. He has it with you, and that's why he's been there. You know, he's been enjoying your company, but he's not going to leave the wife, because if he wanted to leave the wife, he would have done it already, right? So it seems to me like he's just assuming that you're not going to be going anywhere, which is what you've been doing up to now. So you can also just decide to leave. So this man, because he's been stringing you along for the last 3 years, I don't believe he'll just be leaving you. You're going to have to make the decision yourself, if that is the path that you choose, that you have to take care of yourself. And yes, it's going to be hard, because from what you're saying here, he's part of your life. I mean, he's constantly, you're saying that he's there with you constantly all day long. So clearly there's an attachment there. It's going to be hard. Once, if ever that is your way forward, it will be difficult, but once you make your mind up, you'll have to just have to stick with it, okay? Because otherwise you lose your credibility if you keep doing the yo-yo. Once you make the decision to leave, you're gonna just have to leave, you understand? Or to just cut off access, blocking, whatever means necessary, to him to stop contacting me, stop showing up at my house, blocking him, whatever you need to do to protect your space. Don't leave any room. I mean, once you make the decision, you cannot leave any room, because then he will just make your life very difficult. So yeah, that would be my advice if ever you choose that third path. Okay, so one thing I'd like to mention to you, Melanie, is that, well, the fourth thing I'd like to add actually is that he was not honest about it going in. He, I guess, was misrepresenting himself as a single man when he was in fact married. And I have to congratulate you with something. You seem to have a very solid intuition, and I'm not at all condoning people going through people's phones. Not at all. I mean, if you need to go through somebody's phone, there's a problem. You know, if you're with a man who you feel insecure with, there's some work to be done here. But you seem to know that there was something off. So at least that's very good. At least you can rely on yourself, and you have some contact with your inner voice and your intuition. But what I would like to mention is that, yeah, you're saying how you're stuck. You don't think he'll ever leave his wife. You don't believe a single word that comes out of his mouth. It sounds to me like this man, there's some kind of trauma there, there's something unhealed about him, because it's not a normal situation to be in, to the fact that he's not able to make a decision, so there seems to be some kind of attachment issue or some kind of, I don't know what the situation is exactly, but I may like to recommend that he seeks some assistance. I know you guys are not a couple, but I don't know, perhaps you can explore going couple therapies, if anything. If he claims to love you and to want to be with you, somehow maybe you can try to do some therapy session together to see what comes out of that. And also with you, so going back to what you mentioned, the fifth thing, it also seems like you have perhaps some unhealed trauma. And I'm saying this because you're saying that I wish I could just leave him, but I'm afraid of being all alone, you know, and you feel bad abandoning him. And you're even saying, what is wrong with me that makes me unable to leave him? And you're even saying, you know, deep down inside that he's not the man for you and that you need to get the strength to leave this relationship. So it sounds to me like perhaps there's maybe some need for some additional self-love, some self-reflection, some journaling, some, I don't know, may I recommend, I don't know if you have some spiritual guidance or some kind of therapist. I would really encourage you to get some help, get some healing. And I can't even tell you that it would be for you to go and find yourself another man, because right now you're still in love with this one and you're entangled with him. I mean, he's constantly there. So how are you going to meet another man, right? But I would like to encourage you to just do some work on yourself so that, because perhaps you're looking for validation through this man, right? That's what I would like to recommend for you. So just to repeat, your 3 words forward that I see is 1, stay right there, stay in this situation. If you're okay, you love the man, you're okay with being by his side, you can continue this lifestyle. Number 2, have a conversation with him to say, hey, dude, it's been 3 years. What's going on here? I need to, to get my life together with you or with some, or alone before I can meet somebody else. So what is it going to be? And the third thing, you could just make the decision to just leave. Yeah. Move on and do the work on yourself so that you can really have hope. And I'm telling you, it is so worth it to just take the time to find yourself, find your life purpose. I feel you're a wonderful lady and God has a plan for you, okay? And I don't think the plan is for you to stay right there, but you need to be ready for it. It doesn't matter what I tell you. If you're not ready to leave this man, you have not been ready for 3 years, I'm not thinking that I have the words to tell you that you should leave him. It should come from you. You need to be in alignment with that, because once you make the decision to leave, you need to leave. Sometimes you could love someone, you can feel like you love someone, but you need to love yourself. Nobody else can do that except for God or whatever higher power that you believe in. You need to find the fulfillment within yourself. You don't need a man to validate you. I don't care how helpful he is in your household. Okay, so I hope that helped. And please, we want to hear from you. So come back so that you can tell us some updates or ask me another question if you'd like. If there's a follow-up question, feel free. And dear friend, I hope that you liked this video. You heard Melanie's letter. If you have any tips of your own you'd like to share from your own life experience, please, we want to hear them. And if you have a question to ask me, you know where to go. There are instructions on my website, pattypastorini.com. All right. Thank you so much for your time. Take care. See you in the next video.